Okay, so there were three interview rounds. In first interview round, they asked a DSA question and also some questions on my skills that I put in my resume. So DSA question was a medium level, lead code medium. And in second interview round, they asked about my project in detail. They asked about my first project that I kept in my resume. And also they asked a DSA question and also some question on object-oriented programming and also a skill question.
So, hey everyone, welcome back to the new episode. In this episode, we are actually going to discuss about the Naveen journey who had grabbed his internship at the Goldman Sachs. And the one interesting fact about that internship is it is off-campus opportunity he had grabbed it. And so this episode will be very crazy. So let's know about his journey. So Bhaiya, can you give your introduction?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Naveen. Currently, I'm pursuing CSC in AML, and I'm also doing Bachelor in Data Science and Applications from IIT Madras. It's an online degree. I've done internship at Tech Mahindra, where I worked on LLMs, and I'm also I have been doing competitive programming since first year. So my main expertise is DSA. I've also done projects like a library management system using tech stack, Flask, and Vue.js.
Okay. As coming to this internship, how you prepared for this internship? Means, does college help you in this internship? Or क्या था means, how you prepared for this internship?
Okay, so coming to this internship, it was like 5 rounds. So
Hmm.
first aptitude round, basically I got a link and I applied through that link. So for aptitude round, I just prepared through YouTube. So
Hmm.
coming to college help, it wasn't that much. So yeah.
Okay. And let's talk about your interview rounds. कि कितने rounds हुए थे जरा अच्छे से बताइए वो.
Okay, so there were three interview rounds. In first
Hmm.
interview round, they asked a DSA question and also some questions on my skills that I put in my resume.
Hmm.
So DSA question was a medium level, lead code medium. And in second interview round, they asked about my project in detail. They asked about my first project that I kept in my resume. And also they asked a DSA question and also some question on object oriented programming and also a skill question. And coming to third round, it was more like a HR round where they asked me to walk through my resume, like explain my resume and all the projects.
Okay, okay. And as this was your first internship, वो भी पेड थी आपकी फर्स्ट इंटर्नशिप यू गॉट दिस. तो पहले कितने इंटर्नशिप्स किए थे एंड ये इट वाज अ फर्स्ट पेड इंटर्नशिप तो आपको कितने रिजेक्शंस मिले थे?
Yeah, as I said, I've done internship at Tech Mahindra. It was unpaid. So before this, I got about 5 to 6 rejections from companies like Google, Microsoft, and also Stripe, HackerRank, like this.
And what resources you followed during your preparation journey and आपको क्या important लगा कि ये करना चाहिए और ये करना चाहिए टेक स्टैक अगर आप सीपी
Hmm.
करते सीपी ने हेल्प किया या नहीं किया वो बताइए.
Okay, so coming to the preparation part, I'll tell about my interview preparation. So in this, basically, first we have to focus on DSA. So for this DSA, I did Striver A to Z SD sheet. So it really helped me. And coming to my competitive programming, it made it easier, but I wouldn't say it is like required. Like when you have interviews, the main thing that they focus on is your projects, how what all is there in your resume. So DSA is like important, but it's not like completely everything. Like some people just focus on DSA, and if their projects and are not good, or if they're not able to explain their projects properly, then it isn't that well. So you have to focus on projects and also some other concepts like CS fundamentals. I did this from Greeks for Geeks last minute notes. So there was I mean, we have to prepare SQL, object-oriented programming, and also I mean, operating systems. So these are also important. They ask questions on this, and if you're not able to answer, then it doesn't. I mean, it leaves a bad impression of the interviewer.
Okay, okay, okay. And as you had given the interviews of Goldman Sachs, तो उन्होंने ऐसे कुछ स्पेसिफिक टॉपिक्स ऑफ डीएसए उन पे फोकस किया, वो बताइए जरा.
Okay, so the topics, I think it was like they focused on all topics. Like I got topics on topics like sliding window and arrays, but my friends got on topics like DP and graphs also. So you can't really ignore some topics. So when it comes to big companies like Goldman Sachs, you have to try to do as many topics as you can, especially important topics like sliding window, graphs, DP. These are very important, and you have to be good at those questions. I mean, solving those questions.
Okay. And how many questions you solved during your preparation at these at lead code or code forces?
Uh, how many I did in my lead code and code
Yeah,
forces?
number of questions.
Okay, during my preparation, as I told, I did Striver SDC, so I solved about 230 problems. There were total 400 problems. I solved about 230. So to practice.
What is the highest achievement in the code forces or lead code?
My rating in code forces is about 1544 specialist, and in lead code I'm a knight with 2000 plus rating.
Okay, okay. So let's talk about your project. So which type of a project you made in your college days or आपने कौन से projects अपने resume में डाला?
Okay, so coming to projects, the main project that I kept in my resume is the one that I did in my IIT Madras BS, so the online degree. So it was a web development project where I made a full scale application like back end and front end. So in back end, there were also features like daily reminders and also export CSV.
Okay. And the next project.
Yeah, the next one I did in my college interview. I mean college. So in this, I worked on Metro Journey Planner. So it was again a web development project, but it also included DSA topic like Dijkstra's algorithm. So and also another project was from my college only.
Okay, okay. So tell me one thing. That is, what you think? What is the most important thing when you are approaching big tech companies or big tech US banks, US MNCs ऑफ कैंपस अप्रोच करने के लिए क्या जरूरी होता है आपको क्या लगता
Yeah, the main thing is first thing you have to make a good resume. Like
है?
try to if the role is software engineer, then you have to put things like I mean skills like a good programming languages and also some web development. So this is for the resume building part. Like you have to also put DSA in it. So this is for resume shortlisting. After that, for interview, you have to be prepared with. I mean, you have to prepare DSA questions. Like you have to go and see what questions are frequently asked by the company, and you have to prepare those questions. And you have to also be ready with your projects. Like if you put some project and if you're not able to talk about it completely, then it leaves a very bad impression, and this might lead to a rejection. So if you put a project, you have to know every corner of it. Like I was asked very deep questions on my project. Like when I was explaining a feature, the sir asked me about how I implemented the feature and how it's working internally. So if you're keeping a project, you have to be completely aware of it. Like you have to know every feature and how it is implemented. If even I mean, if you did it before, like 1 year back, you have to go through it again and see what all are there in it.
Okay, okay, okay. And apart from the CP and the DSC problems, what technologies you explored in your college days?
In my college, I explored concepts like SQL and also how I mean, how I can use programming languages in my daily life. Like I sometimes use Python code to do some daily tasks, like simple tasks. And so also I've learned concepts like computer networks, operating systems, which are very important CS fundamentals.
Okay, okay. So one last question to you is what type of advice you just want to give to the students or the freshers who are approaching companies like big banks and big MNCs. So what advice you want to give to them?
Yeah. So the main advice is if you're in first year, focus on data DSA, like learn a nice programming language like Java or C++. Python is also okay, but if it's DSA, then C++ or Java is more preferred. And after learning programming language, try to focus on DSA, do some DSA questions. And in second year, try to do web development. And in third year, starting, try to do ML as well, because ML has been, I mean, it's playing a major role. So knowing some machine learning also helps. And after doing this, try to build the resume well. Like try to use some keywords and make a ATS score friendly resume so that you don't get eliminated in the resume shortlisting. After making a good resume, try. There are also concepts like this SQL, CN, and all. Many might have learned in the I mean, in their previous semesters. If they're non-CSC, then they should learn these in, I mean, one topic in each semester. And when it comes to the interview, you have to, I mean, before 1 week, you have to revise these concepts so that you are able to answer. I mean, if you want to learn from scratch, it's difficult right before interview. So you have to learn before and revise them before the interview so that you can get a I mean if you so that you're able to answer the questions. So I mean doing this should be enough.
व्हाट फीचर्स मीन्स आपके रिज्यूमे के कौन से ऐसे यूनिक फीचर थे कि आपका सिलेक्शन हो गया वो बताइए जरा.
The unique thing in my resume is my DSA, and also my web development parts are good. Like some people have web dev, I mean, good projects, but not DSA part. Like coding part is kind of weak. And some people have good coding profiles and but projects are weak. So I try to balance both DSA and development. So that was a unique part of my resume. And also I'm doing machine learning, so I also put machine learning in my resume, so it was like a all round resume so that they don't see any reason to reject.
ओके ओके. आपके वो मशीन लर्निंग प्रोजेक्ट से जो आपने इसमें डाला है रेज्यूमे में.
I just did a basic machine learning project which was like income prediction using the ML algorithms like from scikit-learn. It was a basic project, it wasn't any major thing. I just put it to tell them that I know ML.
ओके ओके.
I'm still
सो भैया.
learning, so yeah.
Okay, okay. So yeah, please share your resume. I will just put it into my description. जो भी ये देख रहे हैं, so they will means there is your resume will actually help that student. So thank you, Bhaiya, for coming here and sharing your wonderful journey. And it was it's just crazy, Bhai. Means in the third year crack Goldman Sachs, a big company, big bank. तो वो भी ऑफ कैंपस बिकॉज लोगों को नहीं मिलता भाई. इट इज अ फैक्ट. चांस ही नहीं मिलता.
Yeah, that is true. But I think in Goldman Sachs hiring process is really good because everyone got aptitude test link. So if you do aptitude good and if you do technical round good, so I think you can crack. It's not like completely luck based where many people get eliminated in resume shortlisting. Like in some companies, they directly eliminate people through resume shortlisting. So it's not like that. So Goldman Sachs, it's like everyone gets aptitude. So if you prepare well for aptitude round, you have to see some YouTube videos and make a good strategy. Like there is negative marking, so be careful with that. So if you're able to make a good strategy, then I think you can crack Goldman Sachs.
Okay, Bhaiya. Thank you for sharing your wonderful experience with the Goldman Sachs experience. So thank you.